wouldn't believe us. The tales we could tell. Though, truth be told, it started very poorly.
The blood runs cold. We take our look but don't get old.
I was one, but now we are many. We all agree on one thing. To sail the coast. Hunt down those lizard trinkets. And we will find them. Peace at a time. We will put ourselves back together. Fortune favors the infamous.
Yar, it be Total War Warhammer 2, Curse of the Vampire Coast. Yar! So, as you can tell, I'm in full-on pirate mode, as Great Assembly have just announced, with the trailer you just saw, the next DLC for Total War Warhammer 2, the Curse of the Vampire Coast. It's going to be releasing on November 8th, and there's a whole host of content contained within DLC, which I'll let you guys know. You can find this all out yourselves, though, via the link in the description, which will take you to the blog post. An FAQ about all things Curse of the Vampire Coast, but I thought I'd go through a few things and share my thoughts on this stuff. I am super happy that this is the next DLC for Warhammer 2. I've wanted zombie pirates for absolutely ages in the Warhammer Total War games, so this is going to be great. Plus, it's a perfect excuse to attempt to do as much of a Let's Play commentary as possible in my pirate voice. Yar! We named the zombie monkey Jack. Plus, as many Pirates of the Caribbean quotes as I can possibly stuff into titles, into character and unit name suggestions. It's gonna be a glorious Let's Play. So 110% I will Let's Play as the Vampire Coast, either on release or if I get early access. So let's jump on into the details of this campaign pack. So the Curse of the Vampire Coast includes 4 legendary lords, a new Law of Magic, the Law of the Deep, a new roster for the Vampire Coast faction. You can command towering constructs, ghastly pincered sea beast, ghoulish horrors, and musket-wielding piratical zombie hordes in battle. There's also a suite of new campaign mechanics. There's treasure maps. You can find treasure maps and dig up booty. Yar, booty, haha. There's shipbuilding, upgrade each legendary lord's unique ship. I should say before I go any further, CA have not added in naval battles with this, but I'll talk about what they have added in to naval engagements within the game a little bit later on. There's infamy, so you'll rule the waves to become the most infamous pirate of all. Pirate coves, establish hidden enclaves in your enemy's settlements. Fleet officers, reward your undead admirals with positions of power to improve their loyalty. And pieces of 8. Yar, the pieces of 8. Har. Sail the seas to unlock 8 new regiments of renown. And there's new battle mechanics of more powder. Use your heroes to keep your gun lines topped up with ammo and extra powder. While black powder is plentiful, each unit will benefit from a variety of missile-related buffs. It's out November 8th, and you can pre-order it right now on Steam. There's a 10% discount. However, if you live in Europe, you can actually save 19% YAR if you order through Games Planet. The link's in the description and pinned to the comment section below. Just remember to use the code TWVAMP5 at the checkout to save 19% off the Curse of the Vampire Coast. Yar! So as you can tell, we're all in for an absolute treat with my delightful pirate voice that will try to be in as much of the commentary for this upcoming Let's Play as possible. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually, before we dive deeper into the rest of the FAQ blog, I just want to say one of my favourite things from the trailer so far for Curse of the Vampire Coast is the sea shanty that's being sung in the background throughout most of the trailer, especially towards the end. I really hope Creative Assembly have added in some more music tracks of sea shanties for the Vampire Coast faction. If you're playing as them, I really hope that's what they've done, because I absolutely loved that in things like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. You could have the sea shanties being sung around you as you sailed around. I think that'd be really cool to have a specific music theme for the Vampire Coast. Anyway, on to Legendary Lords. There will be 4 of them in the Curse of the Vampire Coast DLC. The only one that's been announced so far and revealed is Luther Harkon, which, from the Warhammer Fantasy Wikia, says that Arch Grand Commodore Luther Harkon was the mad vampire ruler of the Vampire Coast of Lustria. Vampire Lord Luther Harkon has plagued the eastern regions of Lustria for centuries, and his sacking of the temple city of Axotl has made the eradication of his realm of utmost importance to the Slan mage priests. With the coming of the new races to Lustria, Harkon has hatched a scheme to further his own ambitions, no matter the consequences of invasion. He has dispatched emissaries to the more black-hearted invaders, messengers bearing gifts, gilded ebony skulls containing the power to call forth Harkon's servants, the reanimated corpses of seamen drowned off the Vampire Coast. With these terrifying allies, the invaders plunder the sacred places of the Lizardmen, thereby furthering Harkon's power with every battle won. So yeah, he's the only one that's been revealed so far, so the other 3 will be revealed in due course. So who do you think will also be revealed as a Legendary Lord for the Curse of the Vampire Coast DLC? So the Vampire Coast faction will be playable in the Eye of the Vortex and Mortal Empires campaign, but they won't be in the race for the Vortex in the Vortex campaign, as they have their own agendas, and I think they'll probably have their own, similar to how the Tomb Kings were going after the Books of Nagash. I think they'll have something similar to that to occupy their time and focus. In terms of new units, the blog post says that Curse of the Vampire Coast will introduce a new army unit roster with a number of horrific constructs rarely seen in the world of Warhammer Fantasy Battles. These vast undersea beasts, ghoulish revenants and piratical hordes will be revealed in full soon, so hopefully, yes, we'll get a full unit roster in the next few weeks leading up to release of the DLC. But yeah, what units are you looking forward to? Did you spot any specifically in the trailer? Let me know down in the comment section. Looks like there's a massive sort of Ragnarok type hermit crab creature in there. It also looks like right at the end it's teased like a massive like Leviathan or something is snaking its way in the distance of the sort of the last set piece of the trailer. So I wonder if maybe that's a special, I don't know, make like a summoned creature or a very elite thing, or just maybe a spell around that with the Lore of the Deeps perhaps. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So as I said before, Creative Assembly aren't adding in naval battles. Obviously, that's a big part of the blog post. They're talking about, does this mean you're introducing naval battles? So Creative Assembly said no, they don't currently have plans to build a system that adds full naval battles into the game, so this would be a vast undertaking and certainly beyond the scope of a DLC pack. What they have done, though, is added in 2 new battle types to Warhammer 2, which will be part of a free update alongside the Curse of the Vampire Coast DLC, which will offer you other options to auto-resolving naval encounters. You'll now have island battles and Black Ark battles. So basically, if you come up against a Dark Elf Black Ark, you'll actually be able to fight, whether attacking or defending, on a sort of Black Ark at sea. It'll be a land battle that will be fought on a vast rocky slopes and ledges of the Black Ark itself, surrounded by Dark Elf architecture, whereas the island battles will be when 2 armies meet in battle at sea. You can choose to auto-resolve as usual or fight the battle. If you choose to fight the battle, all of the units from both sides will disembark from their ships and fight on a nearby island. This means that your armies will be able to fight with their full land-based battle capabilities under your full control, and to support this they've created a series of island battle maps to go along with this. Also, they have addressed in this blog post that all of this might sound very familiar to the community, as in the past few weeks a mod has been released which shares a lot of similar features with what Creative Assembly have outlined here. And that is a mod made by Maruka and Marthanil, which you'll also find linked in the description if you want to check it out right now. It's called the Grand Campaign Custom Map Naval Battles mod, and it's currently in beta. It was released on the 27th of September, so it's been out a week or so now. And their mod basically already does everything that Creative Assembly have outlined in the blog post that will be part of the free update alongside the Curse of the Vampire Counts DLC. So the mod that's currently out already means that if you have a naval battle encounter, you won't just be limited to auto-resolving it. Instead, you can choose to manually fight it, and if you do, you'll go and have an island battle. And they've also done extensive tweaks to Black Arks so that basically they function more like a general rather than a separate admiral. So again, if you encounter one of them, you'll be able to have an island battle as such. So Creative Assembly have said they have reached out to the mod team to say that they were working on a similar feature in-house for an official update, and that they in no way want to take away from all the hard work that the modders have poured in over the last year or so that they've been working on trying to create this naval battles mod. So they've shouted them out and put a link to their mod, so I'd highly recommend you guys check it out as well. If you're looking forward to what Creative Assembly have outlined, then check out what modders have already done and have released right now. You can check it out via the link in the description and pinned to the top of the comment section. And Creative Assembly do go on to say that they will continue to work closely with modders to ensure that they avoid any overlapping with them as much as they feasibly can. I would hope that sort of from this, perhaps Creative Assembly can continue talking to the modders, Maruka and Marthanil and the rest of their team, and perhaps discuss additional features that could be added to the Island Battle and Black Ark battle modes. Perhaps the modders themselves have found some stuff that could be added to improve the modes, or some stuff that could be avoided. You know, they've probably already, in a sense, almost beta tested those Island Battle and Black Ark battle modes, so hopefully Creative Assembly can have a direct bit of communication with these modders to make the upcoming Island battles and Black Ark battles themselves even better with the modders' feedback and input. So the last part of the blog post is about free LC being released alongside Curse the Vampire Coast. So under that, Creative Assembly have said that even if you don't purchase Curse the Vampire Coast, their pirate captains and forces will appear in the game as AI-controlled enemies, drastically changing the kind of opposition you'll face and providing a fresh grand campaign challenge for you. Additionally, they'll also be releasing a major update to the Vampire Count factions in Mortal Empires, empowering them with new mechanics and revised skills and abilities. So I wonder if perhaps they'll be giving a rights type system to the Vampire Counts, or maybe something even further akin to the Dwarf Forge. All of this is great, but I am still thinking, come on, the Empire needs an overhaul. It's about time. I mean, I'm kind of thinking that if they're leaving it this long to sort of revisit the Empire, they've revisited dwarves, they're now about to revisit vampire counts, that surely means that there must be a very big and substantial revisit and rework to the Empire coming at some point, and perhaps that will be the free LC alongside the next DLC, which I believe will be a Lord Pack, which I think is due out in early 2019, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. But they have said as well, last but not least, there will be free DLC released alongside Curse of the Vampire Coast, which will include a magnificent new legendary lord for use in the Eye of the Vortex and Mortal Empires campaigns. More news soon. There's a little bit more included in that about why they've done the new content for the Vampire Coast, but I'll let you guys have a read of that. That's where I'm going to wrap up this video. I am super hyped for Curse of the Vampire Coast. As I said at the start, I've wanted zombie pirates for ages. This sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I think there'll be a very fun faction to play as. I hope there's a lot of just general silliness and humour. I mean, it's Warhammer Fantasy. There's already buckets of that anyway, but I think I wouldn't mind the Vampire Coast being a little bit over the top in some aspects. I'm looking forward to some of the voice lines and dialogue, and as I said, I really hope that there's some new music added into the soundtrack with some funny or just general piratey sea shanties and stuff like that. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about Curse of the Vampire Coast. I will 110% be Let's Playing it when it comes out. I'll probably do a Vortex campaign with them when the DLC releases, or if I get early access, and it will likely take the same slot as my Dwarf Mortal Empire series with Grombrindle, so that will be a Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday upload, but obviously if I haven't finished that Grombrindle series, then I'll just intertwine the two as often as I can until I finish off that series. But yeah, that's all I've got to say. Do check out the Games Planet 19% off if you live in Europe. Yahar! And for those that don't live in Europe, a US store will be coming soon, TM. So soon I'll be able to share the bounty and booty of discounts US-wide as well. Yahar! But yes, TW Vamp 5 on gamesplanet.co.uk for the DLC. It's linked in the description and pinned to the top of the comment section. Yahar! And remember, we named the monkey Jack. Ciao for now.